at a time. So about to get underway with the protocols then at the Stade Marien Ngouabi, as the CAF anthem gets played, followed by the fair play flag and the CAF flag itself. We'll have the playing of the national anthems, and then we'll be underway for what should be an interesting encounter between these two sides. Congo ranked 47th in the world, Kenya 123rd. But don't take anything for granted as far as that is concerned. We saw the victory for Swaziland over Guinea, and there were 120 places in the world rankings between those two sides when they met on Friday night. Swaziland winning away in Morocco against Guinea by 2-1. Also yesterday, that draw between Guinea-Bissau and Zambia, nearly 100 ranking points in the world rankings between Zambia and Guinea-Bissau. And Guinea-Bissau playing away from home, playing rather defensively, but picking up a point away from home in that one as well. It's a bright sunny day. The pitch looks in absolutely brilliant condition at this stadium, and we will pause for a moment to listen to the national anthems of the Congo and that of Kenya. Playing of the national anthems of both Kenya, the visiting side here today, and the home side, Congo Brazzaville. And there's a big presence from the Congo Brazzaville supporters in at Stade Marien Ngouabi this afternoon. Claude Leroy has been on the African continent for a long, long time. Started coaching in the Cameroon in 1985 before coaching Senegal, Malaysia. There was another spell at Cameroon in 1998 before he moved back to Strasbourg for a season. Then he went to China for a couple of seasons, Cambridge United, Then he came back to Africa to coach the Democratic Republic of Congo, Ghana, Oman, Syria, again the DRC, and now with Congo Brazzaville for the past 2 seasons. A match referee for this afternoon is 31-year-old FIFA referee, Burundian Thierry Nkurunziza, 3 years now as a FIFA official. It will be the Congo Brazzaville side, 47th in the world, who will be playing in the all red colours, and Kenya in the white colours. Kenya do play in red colours when they play in home matches, as Boniface Otieno, the goalkeeper, poses in front of his team for the obligatory team photograph before we get underway for what should be an interesting encounter. Field has been newly marked, and the 2 captains out there, Victor Wanyama for Kenya, Prince Oniagu, the midfielder for the Congo. 26-year-old plays at Reims in France. Victor Wanyama plays for Southampton in the English Premier League. So Mr. Nkurunziza just getting things sorted out as far as the toss is concerned. Who wins, who has the kickoff, who faces in which direction. And we should have this one underway for you. And as we said earlier on, an opportunity for one of these 2 sides to go to the top of the table with a victory this afternoon. Congo Brazzaville will fancy themselves to go to the top of Group E. Been some fabulous results coming through from all of the groups in the past couple of days, and no shortage of goals either. 44 goals in just 2 days, and a couple of goals coming already today. We heard that Rwanda was leading over Mozambique by a goal to nil a little bit earlier on. Haven't had confirmation of any further scoring in that encounter. But what about that result for Tunisia over Djibouti by 8 goals to 1? And there was a 7-1 for Cape Verde over Sao Tome as well in Group F that they share with Morocco and Libya. Morocco also getting their campaign off to a good start. There is Claude Leroy, as we said, a 67-year-old, and he's coached plenty of national sides around the African continent, and some that haven't been on the African continent as well. If you have a look at Amiens, where he started in France, Grenoble, coached in Malaysia, and coached in China as well as in Oman. So he's been around as Claude Leroy, and he brings a lot of confidence into this encounter with the Congo. It will be the Congolese side then in red, playing from right to left as Mr. Nkurunziza gets us underway in the bright sunshine of the Stade Marien and Ngouabi. It's good to have you with us on your World of Champions this afternoon for the African Cup of Nations qualifiers, and a strong start in defence there for David Basiki. Picks up the first free kick of the afternoon. Left-footed player, understandably, playing on the left-hand side of defence for the home side. Number 12 for Kenya is Wafula Noah, who plays at Tusker as a striker. Quite an interesting starting lineup for both of these 2 sides, because the Congo starting with 3 strikers, and Kenya also looking quite attack-minded today, as they're also going to start with 3 men up front as Basiki gets himself involved again, and already David Basiki's picked up 2 fouls. The man from AC Leopards, one of 5 from the club, starting today for the Congo. Doesn't seem to have had any problems from that situation. This is Cesar Ganze, another one of the AC Leopards players, playing in the right fullback position this afternoon. Boris Ngunga, 26-year-old, starts at the centre of defence for the Congo. The Congolese would really fancy themselves at home to have a victory over the Kenyan side, and although they haven't played each other at international level, you can be sure that there has been footage studied by both sets of coaches about each other. Go back to the 2015 African Cup of Nations qualifiers, and the Congo had to go through pre-qualifying where they beat Rwanda on penalties after both sides won at home by 2 goals to 0. Opportunity for a little dart down the touchline here from Dore Ferrabori. Plays in Romania with FC Cluj. It seems like quite a crowd favourite, judging by the reaction from when he got hold of the ball. All the pressure coming from the Congo in the early stages of this one. Not the most convincing clearance from David Ochieng, who plays in the club Al Tawoun. He's 22 years old, is Ochieng. A bit of a tussle between himself and Fabrice Ondama. No damage done. I'm quite interested to have a look at Christopher Mafumbi, the goalkeeper of the Congo. He's just 21 years old, plays at De Pont in France. But he's nearly 2 meters tall, and that must be a huge advantage for a goalkeeper. Quite often you find goalkeepers are not quite as tall as that, but yeah, Mafumbi certainly brings a lot of height into this one. Forward again by Ferrabari. Opportunity for Mobile Ndokit. The 16-year-old not able to keep the ball in play. Youngest man on the pitch is Mobile Ndokit, and what a wonderful opportunity at just the age of 16 to play international football. Kenya going through a lot of defending at the moment. Ndokit putting some pressure on Abudama. Nice shielding of the ball there as well from Fabrice Ondama. There's an opportunity here. Side netting for the Congo. A really good chance coming off the right-hand side, and wonderful skill shown by the teenager. And Ndokit could have got himself really into the crowd of favourites category right there. The ball slicing off the outside of the right boot, and he knows what a great opportunity that was. Certainly has set a buzz around the stadium in the Congo. Ndokit, by the way, plays for Club Athletic Renaissance. All the possession going the way of the Congo at the moment, and Gunga back into the middle with the Karof Bukua. This is Basiki. Mbaka with a little touch as well. Foul on Cesar Ganze. Assisted back to his feet by the Kenyan number 13, Ugo Okoth. One of the 3 players from Gor Mahia who starts for the Kenyans today. So the first set-piece opportunity for the Congo. 5 minutes into this encounter. A little discussion between Piltgerald Mbaka and Davy Basiki. So Basiki goes on a little run, and Mbaka into the area, and almost a free header for the Congolese. Otieno reacting just a little bit late to the presence of Ferrabari. Looks as if he might have injured himself in the process here. Boniface Otieno, the 29-year-old, who were given as being a player from Tusker, but I have it on good authority that he is playing at Gor Mahia. And perhaps just Ferrabari and Prince Oniagu, the captain of the Congolese side, getting in each other's way momentarily there, and hence the ball going over the crossbar. Well, while this is an injury to a goalkeeper, just to remind you that just a couple of things can happen. That he either gets back on his feet and continues, or he gets substituted. And being a goalkeeper, he can't be moved to the side of the field or behind the goalposts of the Kenyans to receive medical attention. If it was an outfield player, of course, it would be quite different. Big discussions there with Budoma and the rest of his teammates, looking to just get the structure sorted out, particularly at the back for the Kenyan Harambee Stars. Coach Bobby Williamson will be just a little bit concerned with the amount of possession that the Congolese have already enjoyed in the opening 6.5 minutes. Does look as if the 29-year-old goalkeeper for Kenya is going to be okay. And if he's not, there is Ian Otieno, 21-year-old Poster Rangers keeper, who sits amongst the substitutes today. David Odiembo, recently signed for Zesco United, the champion club of Zambia, starts today for Bobby Williamson. Well, this is the delightful ball through the middle Wafula Noah across the area. Well, he might have taken the shot himself, and whether it was a miscue or a pass intended for Michael Olunga, the ball ended up going behind the 21-year-old Olunga in any event. But a great chance to test the keeper on his near post. And that's really wasteful from the Harambee Stars. Gunga won't be having any complaints. Knocked back there by David Ochieng. Straight into the path, though, of Ferrabori. He's a tall man, Ferrabori. You saw just how that height comes into good effect when he was inside the penalty area from the free kick taken by Basiki a few moments ago. Here is Basiki. Ferrabori looking for action once again. Poached away, though, by Victor Munyama. Conditions absolutely perfect for football in Congo Brazzaville today. Plenty of possession for Basiki early on. We saw in the opening couple of minutes he was fouled on a couple of occasions. The ball doesn't quite reach Dore Ferrabari. And a chance again for Noah to come forward, and some good play here on the counter-attack from the Kenyans. Wetende with a rather wayward ball over towards Michael Olunga. Sages Babele, one of the 5 AC Leopards players playing in the starting lineup for Claude Leroy this afternoon. Ngunga, they look very patient to the Congo. One of the secrets of success as far as football is concerned. And a nice opportunity here as Olunga knocks the ball through to the edge of the penalty area. And that's a goal for the Kenyans. Against the run of play, but Harambee Stars won't be complaining. Great opportunity for Paul Weri, the South African-based 20-year-old. Finds space down the left-hand side, converts the opportunity, and the Congo suddenly find himself on the back foot. Mass celebration on the corner flag from the Harambee Stars. Well, taking the ball first time, Weri across the face of the goal of Boniface Otieno, bigger part of Christopher Mafumbi. No chance for him, no chance for Boris and Ngunga either. And Boniface Otieno will celebrate from 90 yards further back down the pitch. And Weri, having scored the goal, says, look, I've got this covered. And follow the moves, and they certainly did on the corner flag. So a setback for the Congo. It's Kenya who lead over Congo Brazzaville by 1-0. A couple of early opportunities for the Congolese outfit, not taken, but he has another chance for Ferrabari. Good cover from Ochieng. Incidentally, Paul Weri's club Amazulu in South Africa relegated to their first division after finishing bottom of the Premier League just the season that has been completed a month ago. So the Congolese corner punched away by Otieno. Not the most convincing. Down inside the penalty area. No penalty, says the referee. Stabbed goalwards by Gerald Mbaka. Kenya have numbers back behind the ball. Flicked away by Odiambo. So plenty of work to be done here for the Congolese, and if the match had to stop right now, Kenya would find themselves at the top of the table in Group E. Some might think that would be quite a surprising result, but not for the Kenyans, who certainly have backed themselves today. And if they're going to play counter-attack football, they certainly have the right recipe with the pace from Olunga, from Noah and from Wetende that we've seen so far. Lovely curling effort that from Michael Olunga. Gormahia man couldn't quite find the target. Had plenty of time to unleash the ball. So Kenya, not quite sure whether it was the game plan initially orchestrated by Bobby Williamson, but whatever has gone on in the Kenyan camp, certainly working at the moment. Forward by Prince Oniagu. Dore Ferrabori's gone through plenty of work himself up front for the Congolese. Space here for Oniagu. A bit of space for Basiki as well, but Oniagu spotted him a little bit late. Now it's Ndokit, who had a great chance in the opening 5 minutes to open the scoring himself, but found the side netting. Well, we all know that plenty of Kenyans involved in middle distance athletics, but not so much in the sprinting ranks. We certainly have seen plenty of pace up front from the Kenyans today in the opening 13 minutes. Player down for the Congo, and he looks to be in some distress here. Let's have a look at that chance once again from the Kenyan number 14, Michael Olunga. The problem could have been, I think, that he caught his heel on the ground as he was delivering the attempted ball towards the goal of Christopher Mafumbi. It's Ndokit, who's back on his feet. He's claiming he got an elbow in the face. He's not looking happy, is the teenager, but I'm sure he'll be okay to continue. So important for the captain, Prince Oniagu, and experienced coach, Claude Leroy, to just have a chat to the youngster, calm him down, get him back on the park and settled into the match. He's going to have to form an important part of Congo if they are to win this one, or to at least draw level anyway. So forward by Ganze. Nice shielding of the ball by Ondama. Duckett waiting on the left-hand side. Good play from the right, though, from the Congo. Strong challenge as well from Paul Were. The man whose goal separates the two sides, really getting involved in the encounter. It's going to be a free kick for the Congo. Mbaka from the left wing taking the set piece instead of Basiki. Plays it short. Opportunity from the edge of the penalty area. Too many white jerseys there from Kenya. Not too much difficulty in getting the clearance. Back in it comes from David Basiki. Not kept in play by Ndokit. Victor Wanyama, the captain of Kenya, going down briefly, receiving a little bit of medical attention. Zodiambo. Headed away by Davy Basiki. Quite a tall midfield and plays up front for the Congo, and Prince Oniagu not short in stature, that's for sure. And Ndokit into the middle finds a Ferrabori. Now it's Basiki. Oh, that was a rather clumsy-looking challenge from David Odiambo, and wouldn't be surprised to see Mr. Nkurunziza go to the pocket. He certainly has. The first yellow card then of the encounter goes to the 28-year-old Zesco United defender. Well, the keeper caught in no man's land and just about caught by Karaf Bakua. Well, great opportunity for the centre-back to score for the Congo. Keeper comes out and you can't stop on the edge of your 6-yard box like that. Absolutely indecisive from Boniface Otieno. He's gotten away with it. So the buzz around the stadium continues as the Congo look to get on level terms here with a rather lively looking Kenyan side. They have looked rather naive defensively though, to be honest. And they've gotten away with one opportunity that fell the way of Mervell and Dockett from the left hand side, and now the header from Karafu Bakua. But here's another opportunity for the Kenyans. Over the top from Wetende. They look quite vulnerable on that Kenyan left-hand side. Do the Congolese, and the right-sided fullback Cesar Ganze again not being able to come up with a challenge. Neither was Seges Babele in the midfield. So both sides showing a little bit of frailty as far as their defences are concerned, and the Kenyans already having scored in the 10th minute through Paul Were. To get back to the history of the Congolese in the 2015 African Cup of Nations, they went through the pre-qualifying as they had to do against Rwanda on penalties, and then were runners up to South Africa in Group A, and in the finals they finished top of Group A before losing in the quarter-finals to the Democratic Republic of Congo by 4-2, which must have been a little bit of a bitter pill to swallow for the coach Claude Leroy. For Kenya, well, they didn't even make it to the finals. Beat the Comores in the pre-qualifiers before losing to Lesotho in the second round of qualifying. And Kenya have now grabbed their first corner kick of the encounter. And the man to take it will be Paul Were, the man whose goal separates the two sides. Very much against the run of play early on. Christopher Mafumbi. Mafumbi not able to pick that one up. A bit of hesitation in the area. Nearly a chance for Wanyama with his overhead effort. And the naivety in defence for both sides continues. Nicely knocked back across the area by Wafula Noah. Well, every indication that the goal from Paul Were isn't going to be the only one scored in this encounter, the way the two defenders, or the two sets of defenders, are operating right now. Ball back to Mafumbi. Pitch and carry for Prince Onyago. Flicked inside by Ferraburi. Ferraburi again. A bit of chasing there from Ugo Okoth. Referee playing an advantage as Onyago goes down. Might have been just a little push inside of that Kenyan penalty area. Thumbs up to the referee from David Ochieng. Kenya have numbers forward. The ball goes over the top from Michael Olunga. He's had a couple of opportunities today. What about that left footer that he steered just wide of the right hand upright of Mafumbi a bit earlier? Battle going on with Fabrice Ondama. Ferraburi making himself available. Big challenge as well on Mbaka. Now the Congolese lose possession. Wanyama looking for a little bit of support. Finds a lot of space down the middle of the park that he can't really exploit. And Ferraburi knocks it back once again to Ngunga. No animation, no excitement, certainly no panic from Claude Leroy on the touchline for the Congo. Good protection from David Ochieng for the ball aimed towards Mervale and Dockett. Well, if anything, it's the Kenyan coach, Bobby Williamson, who looks the more animated of the two coaches. It is the Kenyan side, the Harambee Stars, who lead by a goal to nil. Mafula Noah not happy with the referee from Burundi's decision. Last time the Kenyans qualified for the African Cup of Nations was in 2004. Opportunity across the area here, punched away by Otieno. Ferrabori was looking goalward on that occasion, but over the top from Cesar Ganze. Nice little interplay between Undama and Mbaka. Mbaka seems to have a bit of a free role in midfield, playing on the left-hand side a bit earlier on, now finding himself on the right flank. What a great history in the African Cup of Nations for the Harambee Stars, though. Didn't qualify after 1970, lost in the first round in 1972. They didn't qualify for another 10 years, didn't enter for a couple of years either. Lost in the first round in 1988 and 1990, as well as 1992. 3 years in a row, but at least qualifying for the continental competition. And then lost in round 1 in 2004 as well, and haven't qualified since. Babele finds Nkunga for the Congo. Ball just takes a deflection and runs away from Bikili. Here is Bikili one more time. Strong challenge that from Paul Were on Gerald Mbaka, who's back on the left-hand side. 22-year-old, one of the few players that is playing in Europe, plays with Getafe in the Spanish Primera Liga. And Mbaka himself fit enough to take the set piece. Much too close to Otieno. Yeah, I just get the feeling that the Congo aren't testing Boniface Otieno enough. He's looked a little unsure in his placement, whether he should come off the line and gather the balls that are just outside the 6-yard box, or whether he should stay on his line, and hasn't really looked that convincing so far. But he's yet to be tested, and he's yet to be beaten. Ugo Okoth goes forward here. Olunga with a burst of pace. Strong defending from Babele. And now Karof Bakua manages to just steer the ball away from the goal scorer, Paul Were. So injured himself in the process here as the centre-back. Been a couple of moments for the Congolese side during the opening nearly 26.5 minutes in front of their home supporters, but unfortunately for them, they haven't been able to really make it count so far. Congo coming off a loss in a friendly match against Morocco A by 2-0. And the Kenyans have had 2 successive victories, 2-0 against the Seychelles, and then they won by 2-0 against South Sudan as well, in a friendly encounter that took place just a week ago. Has Basiki. Really not quite patient enough for the left-sided fullback, and David Odiambo just had to almost on that occasion. Bobby Williamson still looking a little bit animated. Offside flag up against Alan Wetende. Wetende plays at El Maraik in Sudan, just a bit further north up the east coast of the African continent than Kenya itself. Now Bakua venturing forward into the half of the Congo, picked up though by Paul Were. A little look up for Lusuli. Pressure being applied by Olunga all the time on Sages Babele. The home crowd showing a lot of patience, anticipating that their side, the Congo, will be able to rescue this encounter. Hazambaka, Bisiki, we're just running out of ideas, but one can understand there aren't too many gaps inside of that Kenyan half, because all of the Kenyan players back behind the ball at the moment. Little touchdown there for Ondama. Now on Dockett. Easy for Otieno this time. That looked like a handball from Boris Nkunga. Offside flag must have been up against the Kenyan Olunga anyway. So Bakili goes back to, in fact, Bisiki goes back to Bakua. Onyango being put under a lot of pressure. Now it's Babele. It's not a bad ball from Babele either. Finds Ferrapori. Now Mbaka. Closed down immediately by a whole host of Kenyan players, but Basiki's found himself in space here. The clearance from Odiambo. Half an hour played. Kenya leading over the Congo by 1-0. Second corner for the Congolese, and Dockett goes to the near post. This is Basiki, very much a left-footed player. Wide by Ganze. Babele will fancy himself, and a nice little turn here from the Congolese, and Otieno finds himself positioned favourably. The game seems to have evened out a little, because we're not seeing quite the counter-attack football that we saw from Bobby Williamson's side in the early stages of this encounter. Forward now by Odiambo. Odiambo looking to pick up the pieces once again. Basiki gets himself in the way. Now suddenly just a couple of nervous movements from Claude Leroy, looking to see where the goal's going to come, because he'd really be hoping that the equalising goal would come before half-time. Of course, not at the expense of conceding something. If the players are going to commit themselves forward, there's opportunities for Kenya to sneak another, and a second goal for the Harambee Stars would really be very pleasing to the East Coast country. This is Babele. Mbaka, touchdown by Dore. Mbaka one more time, he finds Kanze, offside. I'm looking on the social media platforms, most of the pundits having the Congo to win this encounter. Well, unless there is a lot of activity to come in the goalmouth of the Kenyans in the next hour, it could be one of the shocks of the tournament so far. Clearly, I think that Swaziland could claim the first shock, beating Guinea away from home by 2-1. Putting Zabedze grabbing a brace, and that after a family bereavement that happened in the week running up to the encounter. So really, really good concentration from the Swazis. Strong play that as well from Alan Wetende. No great hurry for the Kenyans to get the ball back into play either from David Odiambo. Knocked back by Oniagu. Foul on the captain of the Congo. Free kick to the home side. Just to tell you that in Group H, an earlier kick-off for Rwanda grabbing an early goal over Mozambique, winning by 1-0. We can't try and keep you up to date with other scores coming around as well, but doesn't dock it. Handball! Penalty to the Congo. Handball there from Jackson Lusuli. No doubt about it. Oh, ball played into the penalty area, just going past David Odiambo. Nicely flicked inside. No doubt the ball was played with the hand of Jackson Lusuli. Might have been trying to change direction. His hand wasn't in a natural position, waving around from the outside. And the referee, Mr. Nkurunziza from Burundi, having no hesitation, pointing to the spot. Now, it's going to be the captain himself, Prince Oniagu, who's going to try and get his side level here. Saw that penalty miss yesterday at home from Kennedy Mwine that denied Zambia the victory over Guinea-Bissau. And that came in the dying moments of that encounter. This one 10 minutes before half-time, but a great chance here for Claude Leroy's side to draw level. Oniago! Otieno dives the right way, but it is the captain of the Congo who has his side level at 1-1. Well, that's brought the fans back to life again after being rather quiet after that 10th minute goal from Paul Were. They guessed the right way here, did Boniface Otieno. Ball just sneaking in under that left hand. Nice power from Prince Oniagu. Gave himself a lot of space too, and side-footed into the net and successfully celebrates the reply from the Congo. So 25 minutes after Were scores for the Kenyans, the Congo find themselves back on level terms. Matching Group B, where Angola and Central African Republic play with the DRC and Madagascar. The Democratic Republic of Congo and Madagascar are level at 0-0. So Bobby Williamson with some thinking to do as his side finds himself on level terms. Now across the area, chance for Mdaka off the post and into the side netting. Well, again, the defence of Kenya looking all over the place. Keeper came out and covered himself, made himself as large as possible in front of the winger. 2 goals in 2 minutes really would have been a huge setback for the Harambee Stars. Match taking place in Group M, Cameroon and Mauritania level at 0-0 at half-time. Niger and Namibia in Group K, 5 minutes in, they are level at 0-0. Don't forget Namibia, recent victors in the CASAFA Cup played in South Africa. Just a couple of the matches that are taking place around the African Cup of Nations qualifiers for Gabon 2017. This is Cesar Ganze. And the Congo seem to have a little bit of swagger back. They certainly do look a lot more composed on the ball. Nice turn from Ndama. Space for Ferrabari. It's going to be a corner. Nothing quite like a goal to get the fans back on your side. Even though it came from the penalty spot, there will be no complaints from the supporters of Congo Brazzaville. So Mbaka flicked away by Makalulunga, touched clear by Wafala Noah. With easy pickings for Ngunga for the Congo. This is Basiki. A lot more composure in the look of the Congo at the moment. Docket stays onside. Still in Docket. Good defending from Odiambo. Maybe a little lesson to the teenager. Got to be a little bit more emphatic if you're going to beat an experienced man like the 28-year-old Zesco United-based defender. Basiki. Now Dore. Docket tries to have a little back heel forward to Ndama. Cleared easily by David Odiambo. In fact, that was Ochieng. So the Kenyans under siege at the moment. This is exactly where they were in the opening couple of minutes of the match when the Congolese were looking for that early strike. And they were set back by the breakaway goal from Paul Were. Ferrabari goes wide. Victor Wanyama finding Wetende. The Congolese asking all the questions as far as attack is concerned at the moment. And even at the back, they seem to be a little bit more consolidated than they were during the opening stages of the match. So 5 minutes before we have first half stoppage time. Bobby Williamson bellowing instructions from the touchline. This is Ferrabari. Not much progress made by him, and Babele finds himself under pressure. Babele again, scrambled away by Ngunga. Nice touch there from Onyagu. This is Ndama who's come across from the right-hand side. Ndama, nice little burst of pace. This is Basiki. I must say the Kenyan defenders have done a good job on Basiki because they've recognised very early on that he's very much a left-footed player. Just got to get goal side of him, forced to turn back, and he offers absolutely nothing with the right boot. That's Basiki. It's clever play by the Kenyans. Celebrations continue for the Congo though after that Onyagu penalty. Still a bit of work to do for the home side if they are going to grab the 3 points available in Group E and go to the top of the table after round one of the qualifiers for the African Cup of Nations in Gabon in 2017. Next round of qualifiers, incidentally, is on the weekend of the 4th to the 6th of September. Only 2 rounds being played in 2015. Another 4 rounds to be played the year after that. March and April of 2016, June, and again in September, the final round of qualifying. Finals of the African Cup of Nations always taking place midway in January to midway in February. The foul perpetrated by Ugu Okof. Free kick to the Congo. Time running out in the first half for either one of the two sides to grab meaningful advantage. This is David Ochieng. Nicely to the middle by Paul Were. Look at the skill of the man with the ball at his feet. Michael Olunga, nobody at the back post for Kenya. Very much sought after winger, 20-year-old Amazulu-based Paul Were. This is Dore Ferrabari playing a lot deeper, I think, than Coach Claude Leroy would want him to. Ngunga goes back to Mafumbi. Haven't seen Mafumbi under any sort of scrutiny in the last little while, and Bobby Williamson asking how much time remains before half-time. We can tell him that it's 2 minutes in stoppage time. There have been a couple of injuries. We saw that break for Boniface Otieno, the Kenyan goalkeeper, who was injured before the 20th minute and was on the ground for a couple of minutes. Dockett does well. Dockett one more time, plays it too strongly to release the advancing player. Now Wafula Noah's got a problem. Couldn't quite identify whether he was involved in any sort of incident, Wafula. I seem to have taken a knock to the middle of his back, though, has the striker. The oldest man in the side of Kenya, not at 30 years old, is very old as far as an outfield player is concerned. Goalkeepers, of course, can go a lot longer as far as their longevity is concerned in the age category. 1 minute in stoppage time, separating these two sides from half-time in the Congo. Wonderful goal scored by Paul Were down the left-hand side for Kenya, and real setback for the Congo in only the 10th minute of the game. Kenya will be down to 10 men for the moment as Wafula Noah goes off to receive medical attention. Instructions to the big man, Dore Ferrabari, as to what the expectations are of Claude Leroy. He doesn't have too much time remaining, though, before he can get the team into the dressing room and illustrate those instructions a little clearer. No changes in the first half so far. It's very rarely the case, unless there's a serious injury, that there are changes tactically made by coaches. Did see a tactical change made by South Africa yesterday in their goalless draw with the Gambia. Now 1 minute remaining in stoppage time, and a chance for Paul Were to make it two. He's still got space here, Were drags it wide. There's a bit of a limp on as well for Boris Ngunga, the AC Leopards defender. Still a nice healthy buzz from the supporters around the stadium. Scores level at 1-1. Every opportunity for either side to be able to grab a winning goal during the second half. Ball away here by Sages Babele. This is Dore Ferrabari. Ferrabari almost gets behind Ochieng. Lusuli finds Ochieng. Possession football here for Kenya before half-time. Mr. Nkurunziza has his whistle in his mouth and blows for half-time at the start of Marien and Ngouabi. Kenyans grabbing the goal first by Paul Were with a delightful little run down the left-hand side, beating Mafumbi all ends up. And then the penalty from Oniagu, the captain of the side, after the handball in the penalty area from Jackson Lusuli gave the Congolese the equaliser. So everything to play for when they come out for the second half in around about 15 minutes time. But the Kenyans looking quite defensive early on, but they did get the goal on the counter-attack. The Congolese troop off to the dressing room while the Kenyans have a little discussion before they get into the dressing room to have a chat with their coach, Bobby Williamson. So 45 minutes of action, and it is the Congo and the Kenya who are level at 1-1 at half-time in Owando.
This is your one moment.